Today we're stepping back and looking at the big picture, zoonotic bacterial diseases as a whole. You've seen individual pathogens throughout this series: Salmonella, Brucella, Leptospira, Campylobacter, Coxiella, and more. But zoonoses don't exist in isolation. They sit at the intersection of animals, humans, and the environment. By the end of this session, you'll have a clean mental framework for the major zoonotic bacterial pathogens, how they spread, what they do, and why veterinarians play such a critical role in preventing and controlling them. Let's get to it. A zoonosis is any disease that can be transmitted between animals and humans. Transmission can be direct, bites, scratches, contact with fluids, or indirect through vectors, food, water, or the environment. About 60% of human infectious diseases are zoonotic, and about 75% of emerging pathogens come from animals. That's why veterinarians are essential to public health. These are the major zoonotic bacterial pathogens you'll encounter in veterinary medicine. Some are foodborne, some are vectorborne, some are environmental, and some are transmitted directly from animals. Each one has its own ecology, reservoir host, and risk factors, but they all share the same One Health interface. Salmonella is one of the most important foodborne pathogens worldwide. Poultry, cattle, pigs, and reptiles are major reservoirs. Humans typically get infected through contaminated food, water, or contact with animals. It's a classic example of how farm practices, food handling, and kitchen hygiene all influence human health. Bacter jejuni is strongly associated with poultry, but puppies and kittens can also shed it. In humans, it causes diarrhea and can trigger Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare but serious autoimmune condition. Hemorrhagic E. coli, especially O157H7, is carried by cattle and can contaminate beef, produce, or water. In humans, it causes hemorrhagic colitis and hemolytic uremic syndrome, especially in children. Leptospirosis spreads through urine, contaminated water, or soil. Dogs, cattle, pigs, rodent, and wildlife all play roles. Flooding dramatically increases risk. In humans, it causes fever, kidney injury, and sometimes severe pulmonary hemorrhage. Coxiella burnetii is shed in massive numbers during parturition. It becomes airborne in dust and can infect people miles away. This is one of the most environmentally persistent zoonoses we deal with. Species cause reproductive disease in animals and chronic debilitating illness in humans. Transmission occurs through contact with reproductive fluids, aborted fetuses, or unpasteurized dairy products. Bartonella henselae is carried by cats and transmitted through scratches or bites. It causes swollen lymph nodes and fever in humans. Immunocompromised individuals can develop more severe disease. Streptococcus suis is a major zoonotic pathogen in pig-dense regions. It causes meningitis, septicemia, and hearing loss in humans, especially farmers, butchers, and hunters. Still present in wildlife reservoirs in the western U.S. Cats are highly susceptible and can transmit pneumonic plague to humans. This is a reminder that ancient diseases still exist in modern ecosystems. Bacterium bovis causes bovine tuberculosis and can infect humans through aerosols or unpasteurized milk. Wildlife reservoirs, like deer and badgers, complicate eradication efforts. Recognizing zoonotic risk requires thinking about the animal, the environment, and the human. What species are involved? What fluids or tissues are present? Is there environmental contamination? What is the person's occupation or exposure level? This is the One Health mindset. Prevention is multi-layered. Vaccinating animals reduces shedding. PPE protects high-risk workers. Pasteurization prevents foodborne transmission. Vector control reduces flea and tick-borne risks. Environmental management, manure handling, dust control, water sanitation is essential. To wrap up, zoonotic bacterial diseases sit at the intersection of animals, humans, and the environment. Understanding transmission routes, reservoir host, and environmental factors is essential for prevention. Veterinarians play a central role in protecting public health, and this overview ties together everything you've covered in our bacteriology series. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.